I have got an amazing bag of trash today. I know people think I'm crazy because I like to bring the trash home to play with. And we're going to make a really fun trashy paper doll. I took a piece of corrugated cardboard that is especially pliable. It already looked like this. I did not have to tear anything off of it, and sometimes you get cardboard like that in packaging. Here's an example piece. So it's flat on this side, and we've just got these ribs or edges on the other side. There's a word for that, those things. I would have to look it up again. And I took a nice heavy piece of craft paper that was also in some packaging and sewed it to the inside. And now we get to play and decorate and put in pages. Just checking in to show you where we are right now. I have to show you my little candle. It smells so good out here right now. That's like a pumpkin spice pie or something. I don't know what, but it smells really good. I am distressing these pieces of corrugated cardboard, and that one's still a little bit wet. I'm going to set those up so they can dry overnight. Oh, love that look right there. So I have used a Distress ink, the Tim Holtz, I think it's probably Vintage Photo. And I've also used some of the Distress crayons. I wanted to go with one color. So I picked this cadmium yellow, and I got that at a bag sale. It was brand new. I've used just some black paint. Now, where is my cover? Here it is. We have got the stitches where I sewed the craft paper, which was from packaging, to the inside of the corrugated cardboard. And then, you know, I've really been into this lately. Once you put your stitching down, you're left with all of these little places that you can fill in with color. Most of the color, almost all of the color, is from Distress crayons, or this like sort of antique white and white paint, black paint. And then again, I chose one color. So that's where we are. I will keep you updated how I put the pages in, and then we're going to make this journal full of trashy paper dolls. Okay, I thought I would turn the camera on for just a second, or just a minute maybe, and show you what I'm doing right now. Let's move this fabric to the side. Of course, this is what I have for the cover, and I don't think I'm going to try to put that many pages into it because it's just really special, and I think if I try to overload it, it's going to end up maybe tearing up or whatever. This paper in here, I don't think it's going to rip that easily. I've wondered if I could put something protective over it, like a coat of something. Maybe not. I don't know if I even need to. Sometimes I'm just kind of, well, often I'm of a mindset like just repair things as you go, and if something breaks, just fix it and move on. So I was thinking I might put just one signature in. You can see that I have really grunged up this cardboard, and I do have a paper doll that I want to put in here. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to, I think I'm going to lay them this way so that when we open it, we see the corrugated cardboard, and then it's going to fold this way, and we're going to have our main paper doll right here. And you know, that gives us room if we want to add pockets or do whatever, to put, you know, little accessories in, or make maybe smaller paper dolls. Some of you have asked about the way I sew in signatures like this, and I'm right at a point where I'm cutting a piece of fabric. I had already sort of measured it. I cut a strip of fabric, and this part, so you have to be willing to like fold things and maneuver things under the sewing machine. This piece of fabric is the right size. I'm going to sew it to this piece of cardboard and this piece of cardboard, and then I'll turn it over and I'll sew another strip. And I leave space in the center so that I can come back and sew it into the journal. And it's, you know, big projects like this can be unwieldy, which is another reason I only want to put one signature is. The fun thing about the corrugated cardboard though, is that when you can roll it like that and get it under that arch, under the sewing machine where your fabric goes through. My poor sewing machine. So I'm gonna cut another piece this size and I'm gonna sew this in and I will be back. I did want to stop and show you that I'm running this under the sewing machine to put that one signature in. I did turn it so that the bottom is that way because this has a flap and this is going to be a whole lot harder to roll than this side, which is just these couple of layers. So I will just gently just let that make its way through and the signature will be in. So it is good to think about things like that before you get started. My poor sewing machine. It's been through a lot, but it's been a good one, let me tell you. I am so in love with this little book that contains one paper doll. We may end up adding some more paper dolls. We're definitely going to add some clothes. This is completely like trash and leftovers that this is made from. I think it turned out so cute. So the cover is corrugated cardboard and I had a lot of packaging. I brought home a bag of trash from work. I love to see the looks on people's faces when I am asking if I can take the trash home and make a journal out of it. I wouldn't really call this a journal. This is a paper doll and her residence. So this came from a box of, I think, gingerbread houses. And I just cut Ginger out. Ginger is the doll's name. So we have Lovely Ginger Dolly on the front. This came from just some white cotton fabric. I tore off strips and made some fabric flowers. You can see there's gesso all over the place. There's some distressing. This beautiful fabric with the bird. I've been wanting to use this, more of this. I love this fabric. I love the color. And just that it has the birds and sort of the botanical theme. So when we open it, I wanted, as I said already, I wanted to see this corrugated cardboard in the front. I went ahead and put some Mod Podge over this layer of paper. I had stitched everywhere, and then I've really been enjoying coming back and filling in the different spots with color. It's the same kind of artwork you do in kindergarten where you just scribble all over the page and then you get to color with crayons in the little spaces and bubbles that are left. That can create some really beautiful artwork, by the way. I don't want to take up too much time, but we have Ginger's clothing in here. So this is a little hat, and you can see it's got sort of a bill on it. There's room for more hats, and we're going to be making some more things for Ginger throughout the year. This is her crown. And I just went ahead and put a piece of stretchy fabric on it so that it could be put on and taken off easily without messing up the paper doll. And then, of course, here is Ginger. And she's got this very loose pocket in which she can stand. It's held in place over here by a large button. I think that's a really pretty button. And I got that for free. It was just going to be thrown out. So this paper doll is completely corrugated cardboard. I think her handbag is stuck on the, let me just snip that little thread. Here we go. I think a thread had gotten wrapped around one of these sequins. So one of the customers came through the other day and gave me and one of the other employees who was at the front these little boxes of dots and wished us a Merry Christmas. So after I ate mine, I opened up the box and hot glued the bottom and just glued this little piece of sequined thread on here. So this is Ginger's handbag if she wants to carry it. She doesn't have to carry it. We could take it off and, you know, it could go in here with the hats. We could also make a bag for, or a pocket for her handbags and stuff. Over here, I think this is so funny. So there was a box going into the trash where there had been some tied pins, the Tide to Go. So I cut this out in case Ginger gets any stains on her clothing. She has her Tide to Go pin ready to clean up any spots. I love looking at the boxes just to see what is written, what I might be able to cut out and use. This says handle with care. Of course, the other words, please keep in cool and dry place. That could apply too, but we should handle other people with care. And I always like to be reminded of that when I see something like that written down. Handle with care. Let's all handle other people with care and with love. So this is Ginger. I put a popsicle stick on the back to make sure that she doesn't bend. You know how paper dolls can get where they have a permanent crease along their neck. This little headband comes off, and of course we can change to this little hat. Let's slide that on. So she can change to this hat, and we can also change her dresses. So this little shape is perfect to go under her arms, and then have a little bit of the design, you know, up on her chest. And then it can kind of just tuck in under this ruffle at the bottom. And so we could take this off. She is made from a high chew box, which is a type of candy, original mix bag. So let's put Ginger in here for a moment and turn the page and get over here to where her wardrobe is. I just decoupaged this napkin here. I love the cat. It just kind of fades into all of this other stuff. Fun for all ages. And of course, we know that paper dolls are fun for all ages. We're probably going to end up putting some things in here for Ginger. But so far, these are her articles of clothing. This says clothes, shirts, and dresses, and it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty much, they have to be cut the same way in order to be able to fit her. So we could slide this right under her arms and push that up, and then just tuck it down behind that ruffle. Need to slide it over a tiny bit. And of course, that gives her a new dress. And if she wanted to wear her crown, we can come over here and get her crown out. I think it's so fun. This was a label on a blouse that I bought at the thrift store. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was sleeveless, and these little loops here went at the back of the neck with some beautiful buttons, but the shirt was too tight under the arms. And the fabric, there's some of it actually here. It is that thin. Is that like chiffon or something? I'm not sure. Or like a very, very silky. I knew that I would not be able to cut it and make any more room without it turning into a huge headache. And for a $3 shirt, it wasn't worth it. So I cut the shirt down, and that was part of the collar. It went on her crown. So let's just put her little headband back on. And I love that it still has this label stapled to it. That was on the original piece of fabric. And we're gonna go ahead and put Ginger back in her little spot. And let's put her crown away. And let's put this hat in here. We will definitely have to make a little space for her handbags. And then turning over here to the back, let's put her clothing away. And that's her little wardrobe. So on the back, of course, there's my birdsong stamp. I just love this so much. As you already know, in 2024, I'm going to be focusing largely on truly junky projects, junk journals, anything where we can do trash to treasure. And, you know, my word for 2024 is restoration. And it's important to me in so many ways. I've had a lot of growth since I left an abusive marriage about 12 years ago. And I'm so grateful for Jason, for my children, for all of you, for everything I've learned from so many people. And I hope you will enjoy the videos this year. I feel like since they're so centered around what I love the most, it's going to be easier to create and just to grow as an artist focused on those things. All right, I'll be back soon. Bye for now.